everyone, so we're here today to answer some questions on how to become a fashion designer from scratch, how to start without going to a fashion school. Hi everyone, so before anything else, my idea for this channel is to help people interested in fashion design and in sewing, and to share what I know, and hopefully inspire you to get going. If you have any questions, just feel free to post underneath this video, and I could make a content out of it when I have the time. Okay, so to answer today's question, let's get started. So first is learn history. Even if you have no plans of going to a fashion school, that doesn't stop you from learning more. As Paul Smith once said, you can find inspiration in everything. If not, look again in his book. That's my favorite book. When asked, should we study fashion? And his answer was, well, if you like something, you would like to learn more about it, right? So, okay. For me, it doesn't really pertain to going to a school, but you can find more information. So it's very important to learn who are the pillars of the fashion history, Coco Chanel, Christian Dior, all these very influential designers, and how they help shape the fashion industry that we have now. Okay, just, I don't know, spend maybe an hour or two reading about Coco Chanel, Yves Saint Laurent, and maybe seeing their previous collections, who are the designers. So all those information would help you a lot in getting started. Okay, number two, discover other designers. So if you go to Vogue Runway, I will link the website here, or vogue.com, you will see the seasons for the fashion show. So each year we have the spring summer collection, the autumn winter, the resort collection, and haute couture collection. So, and then you can have some designers, and there are major cities like Italy, Milan, Paris, and London, and New York, and Shanghai, and then so many other places. And you can search, maybe like look at one or two designers per city. I mean, I'm sure when you click on one, you couldn't stop, because that's what happens to me each time. So take a look at what they're showing, not really to copy or imitate their style, but to get the idea, like what's going on, what's the trends. It also helps you to determine what are the things you like, what are the things that you think, I would never do that, I would never have that style. So this just gives you a really nice background of the industry. Next, find inspiration. So find inspiration. Actually, when I was studying in SMOD, our teachers didn't really ask us to look at fashion magazines. I mean, yeah, sure, when we were talking about mood boards or trend reporting trends, things like that, but basically the teacher encourages us to look more at magazines about anything but not related to clothes, because the teacher said that our tendency is to copy or get influenced by those things. This might sound contrary to my first two advice. Well, for me, my idea is we're building a database of of our knowledge about fashion, and then this time we're slowly building our inspiration. So I suggest that you go out, you go to museums, you see some artwork, anything not related to fashion, and then try to see which one inspires you the most, which one like flickers in your head, like, oh, I like that, or I'm happy when I see this kind of picture. So try that. Number 4, build your aesthetic. Okay, so for me, this means that we start with ourselves. So when you have this evolving idea of what you like, you can start dressing up in a similar way. I mean, of course, we couldn't make all our own clothes at once. I mean, we're just getting started, but you can already start to build your aesthetics, because whether you like it or not, the people will start to look at you, and then, like, if you say, especially if you say, oh, I'm a fashion designer, or I would like to be a fashion designer. By the way, don't say I would like to be, or I'm gonna be. I mean, you don't even have to say anything. Just be who you are, you know. So if you want to be a fashion designer, you are a fashion designer. So with that in mind, start to dress up with your aesthetics. Or if not, because some designers, they don't really look or wear their own clothes, at least have this image that you're in control, and then you have certain standards for the way you look, and then people can see that, and then this is the best way to represent yourself. Okay, next, learn sewing basics. Okay, so this one, for the longest time, I'm that kind of designer that I draw, I can make how to say, technical drawings, but I never knew how to make them myself. Why I ask you to do this is because a lot of the times when you go to work with other people, most of the time the tailor or the pattern maker even would not have the patience to do what you ask for in exactly the way you asked it. For example, like if you say, oh, I want 2 pleats here, and I want it inverted, and I want you to sew first the second pleat, then the first pleat, you know, all those kind of things. For them, they want to do it the easiest way and the most efficient way. And so it's better if you can make your own, how to say, it's better if you can make your own samples, and then you can show them. Okay, next is learn pattern drafting. Okay, similar to what we've discussed from the previous rule, learning how to do pattern drafting would help you a lot, because first of all, it's so hard to find someone who has the time to imagine all your ideas or to explain to you what needs to be done, or you know. So it's better if you can do it yourself. And you probably are gonna say, but I don't want to go to fashion school. What to do about that? Well, you can read books, you can watch YouTube videos, and you know, hint hint, my channel. And so there are ways. I mean, even if you just read up on the basics or watch the basics about pattern drafting, that would already help you a lot. At least when you come up with an idea or a design, somebody cannot ask you like, are you sure it can be done? Is it even plausible? You know, you have the confidence to say, yes, it works. Yes, I know, because I've already tried it. So please get this done. Okay, so this number 6. Okay, number 7, practice on friends. So for me, when I started as a designer, I mean, I started selling clothes of my own design, and my friends, even if it's not really their style, they were so happy to buy from me, and they supported me. So I think like it would be nice to have this kind of support, especially when we're starting and we're not really that confident with our own styles or aesthetics yet. So I suggest if your friends have a special occasion to go to, maybe you can volunteer. Hey, maybe I could make you a dress for that, or maybe your skirt, or you know, like small stuff. And you can also help them style the outfit. I'm not mixing up the 2 lines of work, which is a fashion designer and a stylist. Although in French it can be confusing, because a fashion designer is called styliste, and or créatrice, right? But if you know how to put things together, that would also help you a lot in selling your collections. Okay, next, apply as assistant or do some internship work. I think this is good because we learn from other people. We learn their standards, how they handle stress, and all the other things, because actually because actually to become a fashion designer is not just making clothes, it's also handling your clients, scheduling, organizing. So I was lucky enough to work with a fashion designer in Manila. So that was my first internship ever. I was working as a sales staff for a brand, and then I saw this huge guy. He's really tall, like 6 feet tall. I even asked him if he's a basketball player, and he said no. And I found out he's a fashion designer. And later, when the job ended, I asked him if he would take me as an intern, because I just finished college. I don't really know what to do next, but I am interested in clothes, and I want to see if this is something that's for me. So perhaps you're also in this stage in your life as well that you're confused. So maybe if you work for somebody, it would help you see what it's really like in the industry, and see if this is really something you see yourself doing. So I suggest that. If you're based in Paris, normally there's convention de stage. There's a lot of internships going on. I suggest you to get in there and then see. Even startup brands are also good, because usually they need the most help, and you really learn a lot if you start from a startup brand. Okay, next, sell your creations. Of course, selling your creations is one of the main points of being a designer. You know, you need to make money, you want to make money, you want to earn from your own creations. And the good thing with this is that you can also get feedback on your designs. Maybe some of your ideas doesn't work as you hope it would be, and maybe some things that you were not so confident about. That's what people like about you. I had that a lot with a lot of the things that I sell. I mean, I was surprised. Oh, people like that? Oh, I didn't know. You know, so it's a good start. And then as time goes by, you also evolve as a designer. So your I don't know, your ideas will also depend. Okay, this is saleable, this is not, this is this one, most of my clients want this from me, so maybe I could develop more along this line. So that's a good thing. And last but not the least, market yourself. So market yourself, with that I mean post some pictures on Instagram, on, you know, all the social media. Me, I like to post even if I haven't finished the outfit. I don't know, it's just who I am. I mean, that's my personality, you know. I like to share. So perhaps you can do this too. And some people, they want to see your process and your idea, and the more involved they are, they might be invested to how to say, to support your business or to be part of your journey. I don't know. It's just, we're in such a good time right now because everything can be promoted easily. You don't need to have connections or to know the right people. I mean, you just need a camera and internet. You post and that's it. So actually, I hope I didn't talk too much. Well, you can always forward this anyway. And I hope you learned something. If there are any questions that you have regarding fashion design, please comment below, and I would love to answer them and maybe make some content from them, because anyway, that's the point of my channel. Thank you very much and have a nice day.